Eternity, the Last Unicorn is unrelated to the marvelous fantasy epic which shares a strikingly similar name, but it is still a story about unicorns. Kinda. It features Auren, princess of her immortal people. Said people are mostly immortal because unicorns made them immortal, but lately all the unicorns have disappeared and are presumed dead. Only one remains, and a curse has been placed upon him. Auren is tasked with getting to the bottom of this mystery, and on the way she'll encounter much beautiful scenery, many threatening battles, and some awe-inspiring fantastical creatures. She's eventually joined by the foreign warrior Bjor, and together the unlikely duo will vanquish the dark forces which plague their world. This vanquishing generally involves hacking and slashing through hordes of challenging foes in a superficially Dark Souls-inspired gameplay loop. You can only save at bonfires, some item usage mechanics are similar, and there's big red text when you defeat bosses, but that's really it. Like I said, superficial. The game instead mostly resembles PS2 action titles, not your average Souls-like. The bonfires are just normal save points, you get checkpoints to continue from, the camera is a bit awkward, akin to Genji, Death by Degrees, Crimson Tears, and Rygar, and there are minor pathfinding and fetch quest puzzles to solve, with some cute details, like how Auren and Bjor have entirely different perspectives on the world, so they likewise tackle obstacles differently. It straight up feels like I was transported back to the mid-2000s while playing. The combat is genuinely engaging, in spite of the simple mechanics. You got your light and heavy attacks, you've got a dodge, a special move, and that's really all you need. I mean, the game also insists there's a lock-on feature, but I highly recommend you do not ever use it, as it inhibits mobility. The enemies put up a serious fight, capable of draining your health as quickly as you drain theirs, and you'll want to pay very close mind to your spacing when engaging them. The dodge mechanic is rather generous, as it activates instantly regardless of anything else your character is doing, so the only barrier between you and success is how quickly you react to danger. When you get into the flow of things, you'll be mowing down enemies with expertise. Eternity's got good bones. That said, cracks appear over time. Auren eventually obtains a secondary weapon that breaks some of the boss encounters, as just one example. If cheesing is an option, you better believe I'll take it, and oh boy, is cheesing an option. I was also very frightened and a bit frustrated when my characters froze up mid-combat, letting the enemies get free hits in. That's just inexcusable. Oh, and the puzzles rely too much on guesswork, and the dialogue is unbearably bland, with most characters using the same tone and vocabulary. Lastly, and you probably saw this coming, the fixed camera is a burden during some fights. There's a lot holding the game back. But even in spite of that, I really like it. I enjoy the simplistic, challenging combat, and I adore the gorgeous environments, enemy variety, and mystical atmosphere. But as much as this is very much my cup of tea, most people probably won't have the same fondness I do.